That is God here, and before we get into the video, I gotta say this has been the 5th or 6th time I've been trying to record this Blue Lock episode discussion and review. We're having power issues all over the place. I hope this is gonna be the charm run, because this episode has been so hyped. I really liked it quite a lot, with Isagi shining in this episode, and you donkeys need to watch more Blue Lock. This series deserves the hype over here, the ego we have in the characters. Isagi finally showing why he is the main character of the series. So let's get into it and talk about it. Now, at the beginning of the episode, we see so far Isagi has been always this anxious type of character, having this complex about himself, always comparing with others, feeling like he's not good enough, he doesn't belong here. But in this episode we see a different side, with him actually being excited to test himself against his former teammates, against powerful opponents, see how far he has become, combine his skill, fuse them, seeing what happens next, actually being excited for a change. Even got past Reo Reo there, and this time it turns I was right, with Barou being the problem. With last episode, after they formed the team, with them trying to work together, but it's not really gonna be that easy with Barou. While Isagi was the one that shined this episode, Barou was the opposite of that, and we're gonna get to it. Now, he even refuses to pass Barou. Kunigami stops him, and thanks to that, Kunigami actually scores, and I really like how well they work together. You see the dynamic with Reo, Kunigami, and Chigiri working really well together, and on the other side you have them being all over the place, mainly thanks to Barou. Now we have Nagi trying to get Barou, get his shit together, working there, but it's not gonna be that easy. Now we have Isagi. What I really liked with how they portrayed his mind working with the puzzles, him trying to figure out everything, put all of the pieces together, jumbling, going this, or let's do this, his skills, let's play with Barou, let's play with Nagi. Do I give up on him? Do I still focus on him? Trying to find a way to make it work. I really liked that scene when every time they do it with the puzzles, I feel like it fits him quite well. But with trying to make it work with Barou doesn't work. You even see the personification that everything is death. Like, no way to score with Barou, like a mountain or a river of death following him. Meanwhile, with Nagi, was so many options, free all over the place. He had plays to make there. And speaking of Nagi, I feel like I've said it quite a few times. I feel like we have seen so many talented, skilled players in Blue Lock, but the one that has the most raw talent has to be Nagi. Like, he doesn't have the experience, the training that some of the other players have, the discipline, but he has the talent, and that's an understatement. Even the way he caught the ball here to actually stop Chigiri, that movement, you feel like he's a contortionist, like a circus. I don't know, he's way out there. Nagi is probably the most talented player in the entire series, and he even scores here. He's the monster we have in the series, like a monster among monsters. Maybe we haven't seen all of the other players properly, but Nagi, yeah, Nagi is raw talent. Now, also Isagi, and Isagi, he's slower to get there, but he explodes this episode. Now, before we get to that, he still tried his best to talk to Barou, to actually tell him calmly, hey, let's work together, let's do this, but Barou just refusing to listen. And like I said previous video, make sure you watch that one. Barou is gonna be the problem, at least for a while. I hope they're gonna be able to work together. And I really liked what Isagi said there. You're better than this, you are wasting your potential. And that's very, very true. Because also Barou is one of the most talented, skilled, and disciplined, like probably the most disciplined player we have seen in the entire series. But his ego is also a forte. and a bad thing at the same time, because he feels like anything that Isagi says, he's trying to control him, and that's gonna be something that's gonna bite him in the ass. But before we get to that, I really liked what Barou said. You think you're frustrated, I am more frustrated at myself. Despite my talent, I can't win, which is very true. And that part of it resonated a bit with me. Not the talent side, let's be honest here, but being frustrated with yourself. Like, I'm always very angry, very critical, very... I don't know how to properly put it. When I make a mistake, I judge myself much harsher than I judge somebody else making a mistake. Like, I could be frustrated in a moment when somebody makes a mistake, but I get over it really fast. It's okay, it happens, unless it's something serious, but that's something else. When I make a mistake and I know I could have done better, I could have done this differently, or I didn't listen, or whatever the case may be, it just eats at me. I get very frustrated. It lingers with me, stays with me for a long while. I don't know, I know it's not healthy, but this is just the way my mind works. So I felt that quite a bit there from Barou. But also important things that they have said, especially with Nagi, something that makes you think with it. If you never admit defeat, you will never know true frustration. And this is very true. You have to admit when you make mistakes, when you lose, when you could have done better, because this also helped Nagi quite a lot. Remember when Isagi defeated him, that frustration, that feeling, that rage there gave him a motivation, a goal to actually improve, to pay more attention to football, and we see how much Nagi has improved also. And I'm really curious when Barou is gonna hit that point, considering how good he is with the way he is right now, what kind of monster we're gonna see with Barou exploding. But we're gonna have to wait until we get to that part. Now, Ryo, still being the dumped girlfriend, wants to figure out why Nagi picked Isagi, and we see that Ryo is actually a very good player. He gets past Isagi, and he's kind of the core of the team, utilizing both Chigiri's and Kunigami's strength to their full potential, working with them, swapping with them. He doesn't have a special skill or a weapon, but he's very good at working with others. Now we have Chigiri working with Kunigami, and Kunigami, just the way he slammed there into Isagi and scoring there. You see how much Chigiri and Kunigami also want to win at the same time. This is where slowly you see Isagi taking over the episode, with him thinking maybe it's time to give up on Barou, focus only on Nagi, them working together and trying to figure out what exactly is this adaptability. And I really liked the answer he came up with. It's not always adapting to others, I've got to devour Barou. And the shift in atmosphere, in personality from Isagi there, is the main character after this episode. I'm here to win, not to change someone. You can't change someone if they don't want it. I have to dominate. And calling Barou even useless, and the way he just, the swap in mentality there makes a big change and difference. He forced plays around Barou, but using him as a decoy, much to the frustration of Barou. And I feel like this is gonna light a fire under Barou. Isagi is the thing that Barou needed. Without him realizing, Chigiri actually having his duel with Nagi, also improving at the same time. But this was all part of Isagi's plan. Nagi passes to Isagi using Barou as the decoy. This was the plan all along. They were playing in his hand the entire time. You can change people, you can't change people, you have to change yourself. Basically, this is his own adaptability there. And I was laughing so much and hype grinning, seeing Barou dumbfounded, like, what the fuck happened? Wait, what? Huh? And everybody having the same reaction, and Isagi scores. And the way he treated Barou after that, the same treatment he got from Barou, treating him like shit and calling him you donkey. I just couldn't stop laughing. Best scene in the entire episode, just looking down on Barou, the king of the field, being treated like that, just amazing. And Barou just didn't know how to react there. Wait, what? He actually doubled down after that, tried to force to get the ball, try to get the plays again in his own style, but no, it didn't work. It was like, what's the definition of insanity? Trying the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And I feel like this was Barou this episode, and he lost the ball, but Isagi takes it again past Unagi, and they score again. They are dominating the field. Even Chigiri said it, working perfectly together, the chemical reaction, seeing what they can achieve. Imagine also if Bachira was here. Now we have Chigiri going at top speed. He was also evolving this episode with the ball touch there. He realized that when he was touching the ball, he was actually slowing down, allowing others to catch up to him despite his speed. But he figured out a way to just one touch the ball, push it forward to maintain his speed, going supersonic, in a way, if you want to call it that. And they score, and now the score is 4-3. But Isagi actually liked it, liked the confrontation, the fight there, and Barou kept getting more and more frustrated, and I can't wait to see what Barou is gonna do next. I hope he's gonna have some sort of epiphany, realization, but he's probably just gonna get more and more mad, go rage mode. But I still like him. Barou is one of my favorite characters this episode, but I have to give it to Isagi. The way he treated Barou there, just that you donkey commentary, amazing. I need more Isagi like that, just showing his ego. The ego he had there was amazing. And we also get a bit of an after ending scene there, after credit scene, that Raichi, they finally made it out of the first training, deciding to team up with Gagamaru and one of the Vanima brothers, the one that wasn't talking, but he actually starts talking, and he had some pretty good things to say, praising both Raichi and Gin, and they decide to team up. Let's see how far they get. And also Raichi, one of my favorite characters, and especially with the way he sticks to people in his soccer mode. So yeah, overall amazing episode of Blue Lock. I really liked it quite a lot. Isagi definitely stole the show, or kind of stole it back in a way, because so far he hasn't really felt like a main character except very few scenes, but this was definitely his episode. So you donkeys, watch Blue Lock, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Blue Lock. I'll see you in the next one. Also make sure to check out the podcast. Bye bye.